Well, it's been quite a long, dramatic evening, but I do believe I've finally gotten down to the bottom of things. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary individuals, I have determined who it was that killed Mr. Barnaby Evans.
Oh, thank heaven for that. At last we can put this ghastly night behind us.
Of course you would want to put this night behind you, Mrs. Wilkinson.
Exactly what are you insinuating, detective?
Well, Mrs. Wilkinson, during my investigation, I just so happened to discover that you and Barnaby Evans had been having a secret affair for 4 years prior to this night.
Genevieve, how could you?
It's a lie, Edward. I could never be unfaithful to you.
Really? Then explain this pair of bloomers with your name embroidered on the waistband. They were in Mr. Evans's file cabinet marked under W for wow.
What have you got to say for yourself, Genevieve?
I'm sorry, Edward. I was weak.
Tonight just so happened to be the night you decided to call it quits. You were incensed. You had given him the best years of your life. You hated him for breaking up with you. You despised him for it.
All right, I admit it. I did hate him for leaving me. But I didn't kill him.
Of course you didn't. You couldn't have possibly killed him. At the time of the murder, you were out in the garden hacking the rose bushes apart with an axe. Your husband, on the other hand...
Now wait just a minute! What possible motive would I have had for killing Barnaby Evans? I mean, I didn't even know about the affair until just recently.
True. But that wasn't the only wrong that Barnaby Evans had ever done to you. Two of you were former business partners. He had embezzled millions of dollars from the business and then framed you. You spent 3 years in prison for a crime you didn't commit. And prison does things to a man's mind, makes him bitter.
Oh, all right! So he framed me and had me sent to prison. I had every reason to want to see him dead. Even so, I did not kill him.
Of course you didn't. At the time of the murder, you were outside the bathroom door, tying your shoelaces and waiting for the person before you to finish. Which brings me to Jack Dinsmore.
What? You think I killed him? Detective, I am insulted.
Why wouldn't you want to kill Barnaby Evans? After all, he was blackmailing you.
What's he talking about, Jack?
Nothing, dear.
Oh, I wouldn't call trying to extort $500,000 from you in exchange for not releasing compromising photos of you to the press nothing, Mr. Dinsmore.
Compromising photos? Photos of what?
Photos of Mr. Dinsmore judging a pie-eating contest 3 years ago and accepting a bribe from one of the competitors. You knew that if those photos ever got released to the public, your gubernatorial campaign would be over before it even began. So you needed to guarantee his silence.
All right, so he was blackmailing me. The fact remains that I am innocent.
I know you are, Mr. Dinsmore. You couldn't have possibly killed Barnaby Evans. You were the person in the bathroom Mr. Wilkinson was waiting on. Your wife, on the other hand...
Now, wait just a minute, detective.
Don't bother denying it, Mrs. Dinsmore. It's well known that Barnaby Evans was the reason behind your sudden retirement from ventriloquism. He had promised you the lead role in a big play he'd been producing, but only on the condition that you give up your ventriloquist act and publicly denounce ventriloquism as being, and I quote, poopy. Then, when you had done it, you found, much to your chagrin, that there was no play. He had simply wanted you out of commission so that he could steal your act and give it to his considerably less talented nephew, Roderick. You've held a grudge against him ever since.
That may be so, but I didn't kill Barnaby Evans.
Of course you didn't, Mrs. Dinsmore. You were also in the bathroom at the time of the murder, with Mr. Dinsmore.
Ew! Beryl, really?
I'm not proud, but I'd do it again.
Me too, darling, me too.
Good Lord, I have to clean that bathroom.
And that brings us to the maid, Simona. You've worked with Barnaby Evans for 12 years now. You've seen him at his absolute worst, his absolute most monstrous. You know every evil act he's committed, every crime against humanity, every under-the-table deal he's made with certain hostile foreign governments, every Girl Scout he's stolen cookies from. You know better than anyone else what a despicable man he was.
The man was scum. He used to hunt Jehovah's Witnesses for sport.
His favorite hobby, though, was live taxidermy.
Yes. I've seen him lure many an unsuspecting sap down to his laboratory in the basement. Down to their doom. He skinned and stuffed at least 50 people down in that dungeon of his, including my beloved wife. I tried to warn her, She wouldn't listen.
All the more reason for you to finally rid the world of him, to do humanity a favor.
I won't lie and say I never thought about it. But I didn't do it. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. I didn't kill him.
I know. At the time of the murder, you were washing the dishes. So you couldn't have possibly committed the murder either.
Ugh.
Well, damn it then, who did kill Barnaby Evans?
Yes, detective. Just please tell us, for God's sake, who killed Barnaby Evans?
The murderer was... me! I did it! In the dining room with the lead pipe! Go ahead! Check under the floorboards! There you will find his hideous heart! I killed Barnaby Evans! Me! I'm the king rat! And I'm glad I did it! Glad I told ya! And I'd do it again! Over and over and over again! What goes up must come down! Spinning wheels.
Oh dear, that's another detective gone mad.
Oh, this makes what, 5 now? Ugh.
Why does this keep happening?
I suppose we'll never know who killed Barnaby Evans.
That's because I'm not dead!
Barnaby Evans!
That's right. I wasn't murdered after all. I was merely pining for the fjords. And you poor dopes went to all the trouble of driving 5 private eyes insane for nothing.
How horribly anticlimactic. Edward, dear, shoot him.
Yes, dear.
Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you.
Come, Jack. Shall we go to the bathroom?
Yes, let's.
Oh, no, you don't. Get back here.
It hurt you.